Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Let me put up my phone so we could do Instagram. All right. All right, everybody. Good day. I hope everyone's doing well. Woo! It's been a doozy of a morning. I just got back in the house dropping off Zola to start her getting ready for prom activities, y'all. Mm. So today is Zola's day for prom. And you saw me yesterday in the car. Haven't done a sip car in a while. So in the car for a couple of minutes, just getting us ready for our new series. And our new series is You Don't Have to Carry It. You don't have to carry it, y'all. So this series is inspired by Girl Trek. So shout out to Girl Trek. It is an awesome organization whose mission is to mobilize 1 million women to walk at least 5 times a week to lengthen life expectancy. So they are doing it, and I'm proud to be one of the million Black women walking. So they're doing what they call a self-care school, and it's a 10-week challenge to walk 5 days a week. And I've been enjoying it mainly because they share such wonderful information. And so this week is week 8, and this week is focused on radical self-care, radical care. And so they put this in the context of what you're carrying, right? Because if we're carrying so much, it becomes more challenging for us to take care of ourselves because there's no room, because we're taking care of everybody else or we're doing all the things. And down on the list, if on the list at all, is us. So we have to shift that, right? We get to shift from putting ourselves last on the list or not on the list at all to moving ourselves up to the top position, to the top position. I remember one time I was out with one of my girlfriends and one of her coworkers joined us. And so we're all mothers, so 3 mothers just talking, and we were talking about our children. And my girlfriend's coworker kept talking about how much she does for her children, and everything is for them, and she don't have time to be concerned about herself. She'll be concerned about herself after they're grown, and so she's going on and on and on and on and on. And I was saying nothing because I totally disagree. So I said nothing. Instead of saying that I disagreed, I just said nothing until I was asked. Until I was asked my opinion. And so I gave it. And my opinion was that I'm first. I am. I'm first. I have to fill up my own cup before I could pour into my children. And my children need to see me pouring into myself so that they will know what it looks like to pour into themselves. That's really important to me. So she didn't appreciate that response, and I didn't really care. It's just a different way of moving through motherhood, right? So I'm not saying hers is wrong or mine was right. It's just a difference. It's just a different approach. It's a different way of being, right? And I know what it's like because I've experienced it. I know what it's like to carry a lot and to put myself last, if at all, to not take myself into consideration. I've been there, I've done that, and I was determined not to do that in motherhood. And so this is the question for this week. Are you carrying something that does not belong to you? Are you carrying something that does not belong to you? Are you carrying something that you need to let go of? Are you carrying someone that you need to let go of? Are you carrying some situation that you need to let go of? You don't have to carry it. You don't have to carry it anymore. So, when I was a child, I was responsible. I was the one responsible for my siblings. I'm the oldest of my mother's children. And at a pretty young age, I had the responsibility of making sure that my siblings were taken care of while my mother was working and doing what she needed to do to take care of us. And I took that responsibility to heart. And and partly because it was driven by fear, because I did not want to get in trouble. And the only way I could not get in trouble was by ensuring that my siblings didn't do anything that they were supposed to do. Because if they did something that they were not supposed to do, I was held responsible. I was held responsible for their actions. Now, it had a significant impact on how I viewed my role in relationships. It had a significant impact on how I treated myself. It had a significant impact on even my relationship with my siblings. So I ensured to the best of my ability as a child that they did not do anything that they were not supposed to do because I did not want to get in trouble. I did not want to be the one to get punished for the actions, for their actions, right? And that training, that conditioning led me to carrying that over into other relationships as I continue to grow. And so the sense of being responsible for other people became part of what I would do. It became part of my relationships. And I would sacrifice my own well being to take care of other people. And when I'm not conscious of it, I could find myself all the way down the road in someone else's responsibility, not realizing that I'm carrying something that does not belong to me. So, are you carrying something that doesn't belong to you? You don't have to carry it anymore. You don't have to carry it anymore. So, what this can look like when we carry things that don't belong to us, or we feel a sense of responsibility and for other people, for events, for all of the things that really, really don't have anything to do with us. For me, it showed itself in control and wanting to be perfect and wanting to fix things. That's how it showed up in my life. And it took quite some time for me to recognize that's what I was engaging in. That's how I was living my life. And it took quite some time for me to shift and transform and heal that belief. It's a very limiting belief to believe that you are responsible for other people's actions, that you're responsible for ensuring that other people are doing what they need to do for themselves, but you're in there doing it for them. And therefore, it becomes this cycle of disharmony, right? To be in harmony with responsibility is a beautiful thing, but to be out of harmony, to be in disharmony is can be the start of illness for yourself, the start of stress, the start of all kinds of things that we may not even be aware where the cause lies. And so for me, how that manifested itself in adulthood, I would get sick very often. I would get sick and then I would take to the bed. And that would be my way of getting rest. That would be my way of just like having a what I viewed as a legitimate excuse to not have to do anything for anybody. And so this became a pattern in my life. And it was it was so um ingrained that every time the seasons changed, I would get sick. That was like a guaranteed. I would get sick. And then I would say, oh, when the seasons change, I get sick because of the seasons changing, right? That ain't true, y'all. That ain't true. But this is how I would um negotiate taking care of myself by saying that I'll get sick when the seasons change. And sure enough, I would get sick every time the seasons change and in between as well. And this pattern continued for years, because I was carrying so much and I was carrying so many people. And I felt it wasn't based in reality, but I felt responsible. I believe that I had control over all kinds of situations and things. I believe that I could fix it. I believe that other people's stuff was mine to carry. And it was not. It was not. So it wasn't until I got into these teachings, New Thought, metaphysics, religious science, science of mind, that I began to be very conscious about my spiritual journey. And I began to attend metaphysical classes and read books and had this realization that I'm creating my life, that I'm creating my life. And if I continue with this out of balance responsibility, I am not going to live a healthy life. And so that's what got me on the journey, that leg of my journey of healing that, of forgiving myself and forgiving others, of forgiving my mother, forgiving my father, the forgiveness that I needed to do for myself so that I can actually release and put down what I was carrying. And so when I decided that I wanted to become a religious science practitioner, I had that realization that, oh my God, I'm getting sick so that I could rest. I'm getting sick as a way of getting out of doing things that I don't really want to do that are other people's responsibilities. That was like my get into bed card. It wasn't a get out of jail card. It was a get into bed card. And it wasn't a healthy way of being. It was not a healthy way of being. And as I was going through my practitioner training, and this became very clear that this was something that was really up for me because I had been carrying this for so long that I needed to release and put it down. So that's what we get to do. We could ask ourselves that question. Am I carrying something that no longer belongs to me if it ever did? Am I carrying something that someone else gave me to carry that don't even belong to me? It's time to put it down. So I could probably count on one hand now the number of times that I've gotten sick since, let's say, 2005. the number of times I've gotten sick. I no longer get sick when the seasons change. Healed it, healed it through forgiveness and through my spiritual journey of healing that, of transforming that limiting belief that I'm responsible for it all when I'm not. That I'm in control, and Lord knows that ain't the truth, and that I could fix it for everybody. No, I don't want to do that. Even if I can fix it, no, no, thank you. And so it's very challenging for me right now being a mother and catching myself wanting to jump in and fix things for my girls, make it all nice and smooth for them. But I know the importance of building resiliency. I know the importance of being able to respond from a place of health and wholeness. And so I give them the space to carry what is theirs to carry, especially as they are in the process of graduating from high school and going to college. I ain't going to be there to be fixing and controlling all these things. So it's important for me as a mother to give them the space to fail, to fall down, to mess up, to do all of those things that I was afraid to do when I was a child. I was afraid to mess up. I was afraid to fail. I was afraid. And I was afraid for my siblings as well because I was responsible for their failure. I was responsible for their mistakes and missteps. So there's a lot of freedom in putting down what no longer belongs to you. There's so much freedom in forgiving what needs to be forgiven that holds us back from moving forward to living a life that is waiting for us to live in an abundant way. So you don't have to carry it, y'all. And my children don't have to carry it. And your children don't have to carry it. And we don't have to carry it. So put it down. Put it down. So the invitation this week is to write a list. And you know, writing is powerful. Writing with your hand is a powerful, powerful process that you get to give to yourself. Write a list of whatever it is that you are willing now to put down. The things that you are no longer willing to carry. The things that you are no longer willing to be responsible for because it's not your responsibility. Just write it down. Just write it down. And once you've written it down, take a look at it. And one by one, allow yourself to release it, to be in a place of non attachment. Create a ritual for yourself. So that's what we're exploring this week. You don't have to carry it. You don't have to carry it. All right, y'all. So let me check in with you all. Good day. Fee, it's good to see you. Yes. Are you carrying something or someone who doesn't belong to you? Yes, that is the question. That is the question, Fee. It's good to see you. Yes, I am in awe of your willingness to be transparent and real. Thank you, Fee. That's the only way I know how to be, girl. That's the only way I choose to be because I know how to be some other kinds of ways. I do, but I choose to be because part of living life in joy for me is being transparent, is sharing, because I really desire for us all to live our lives connected, right? From a place of connection. Fee, do you believe that other people's stuff is for you to carry? Woo, girl, I believe that. I used to believe that. Yes, Fee, thank you for putting in the questions for me. I appreciate you. Linda, being a mirror for others is much more effective than trying to carry what is not ours to carry. Yes, Linda, absolutely. Yes, being a mirror instead of taking on instead of taking on their stuff, right? It is way more effective than taking on their stuff. So we get to be a mirror for each other. And thank you, Fee, for putting in what the assignment is. I appreciate that as well. All right. So we're going to continue this tomorrow. You don't have to carry it. So start by writing a list of things that you are willing to put down right here and right now. You don't have to share it with anybody. The things that you are no longer willing to be responsible for, because guess what? You're not responsible for it. So write it down and release it one by one. Thank you, Fee, for capturing that. All right, y'all. So let's get into some joy news real quick. And what I want you to know today is Wednesday. It is our community cafe, and we do something called the book study. We've been doing the book study of Hack Your Pain Now since May, and we are in our second month of June. We will continue the book study for the month of June. So join us this evening at 7 p.m. Go to Rockland CSL for the Zoom link. Click on Community Cafe. Click on Events, Community Cafe, and you'll see the Zoom link there. And I've been saying you can still join if you haven't read the book yet. You can still join. You can catch up. We're on Commandment, I believe, 6 and 7 tonight. And they're very short chapters, so you can catch up. It's a wonderful community. The author, Sekou Rice, is with us in the book study, sharing even more about the process and where he is now in his life with Hack Your Pain Now. So it is, I say, it is more than reading a book. It is living the book, because Sekou gives us commandments that we get to do. He gives us a playlist that we get to play, and he gives us homework. So join us tonight, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, rocklandcsl.org. You can get Hack Your Pain Now on Amazon in paperback, ebook, or audio. All right? All right. Also, I want you to know to just save the date. I'm just giving you a heads up now so you can put it on your calendars. Our next full moon meditation will be Tuesday. So this coming Tuesday, June 10th at 8:30 p.m. So put that on your calendars, 8:30 p.m. Our meditation with the full moon, where we do a full spiritual practice with the moon. I also would like to let you all know that I am a co-host on a podcast called the Eugene Holden's Academy of Self-Mastery. I had Eugene on the show during my Joy Week celebrating my anniversary, and I am one of 3 co-hosts. And yesterday, Tuesday, all of us were on the show. So Eugene and the 3 co-hosts, we did a podcast together. It was a wonderful episode. So check it out. Go on YouTube, is probably the easiest way. And just look up Eugene Holden's Academy of Self-Mastery. So I will be back on as the co-host for the month of August. But it's a wonderful, wonderful podcast. So even watch it when I'm not the co-host, y'all, and support my soul brother, Eugene Holden. All right. Please like, subscribe, and support. everything I am Red Melissa. Support Morning Sip with Red Melissa, and you could do so. There is Joy merchandise if you would like to support my ministry of joy. I have t-shirts, mugs, even socks, y'all, even socks. So go to my Etsy store at I am Red Melissa, and you will find all of the joy merchandise there. The t-shirts even come in short sleeve for the summer. So get your Live Life Enjoy or Connect to Your Yes short sleeve t-shirts now. And that's a wonderful way to support my ministry of joy. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media. I would appreciate that, and share with your circle as well. We started the group spiritual life coaching yesterday. So this cycle is closed. So I will start the next one in September. So stay tuned for that. But this cycle is closed. So I had a couple of people who reached out yesterday wanting to do it, and I had to tell them no. So so September we will start the next group spiritual life coaching sessions. All right. So I think that's it for today. So I will see you all tonight, those of you who are joining for the Hack Your Pain Now book study with Sekou Wrights. And remember your love work. Remember, you don't have to carry it. You don't have to carry it anymore. And be gentle and kind with yourself as you lay it down, as you step away, as you walk away. Yes? All right. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.